In this video, I want to show you how to play the late game board in TFT Set 8.5. You don't complicate it, it's pretty simple actually. Like, you just throw in a random fiddlesticks if you hit it, or a random ergot. You know, they are threat units, they are stronger than normal units, and they're 5 cost, so it's basically the highest cap you can get. So in this game, I just played the Infinity Team comp. So I had 3 leftover spots at level 9. I just threw in a 2-star Fiddle, 2-star Ergot, and another 2-star Ergot. But you can play a lot of different units, like you can throw in Aatrox if you hit him. So you basically just play what you hit. You can play Yana. Like, there's a lot of different units. And it also depends on like what the default comp you're playing around. Because, yeah, if you're playing a more on a Star Guardian Aegis line, you can go more into, you know, Aegis with Echo and stuff like that, and Leona. But in this comp, you want to play more of the threat units, because like Leona, it gets no traits. So you want to play like the general units that work universally in the comps, like Yana, for instance. And I just threw in a random Garen for the defender bonus. But the hard part is just getting to the late game stage, to be honest. It's really easy to like know what units you need to play once you just get into the set a bit. So in this game, I hit Portable Forge. It's a pretty average win rate augment, I believe. Like, the stats is around 4.4, if I'm not mistaken. We can look it up here. Okay, yeah, it's 4.4. But as you see here, the first augment is 4.1. It's basically because you can tailor your board for the item you get. So if you get a certain AP or AD tank item, you know exactly what you're gonna transition into. Let's say you play Sonya's, then you can play Viego or something like that. You get the armor pen item, you can play short shots. Or the best one is gold, or it's the, what's it called? Gold collector, because the gold, it compounds so much. It's like investing in stocks, you know. You get 1 gold, then you reach another econ threshold, then you get 2 gold the next turn, and just, you know, it gets more and more throughout the entire game. So that's how I got to this late game board, because you need a lot of gold. That's the key here. So I'm gonna go straight into the game and show you exactly how I did it. We're kicking it off. I'm trying to go for this Renekton because he works very nice with Warmogs. He scales his damage based on HP, and they had a belt. So if you get a Warmogs on him, that's a very nice early game start. But we didn't get it, so I just went for a random belt there in the beginning. So we actually got a Kai'Sa here. So I just picked that up. Decide to sell the vein so we can buy up the entire shop, because we don't really have that much direction right here. But boom, we just hit a 2-star front line, so that's very good. I really like autoing into this Infinite Team comp. It's just the highest win rate, so if you get a start for that, you're in a pretty good spot, to be honest. Can I also pick up the Blitzcrank pair? A random 2-star is always nice. And boom, there you see the Portable Forge. Decide to risk it for the biscuit. And boom, with the gold collector right there. So that's exactly what we want. That's gonna be the gold that's gonna snowball us throughout the entire game. So I decided to just level up here, throw in a 2-star Lux. Every 2-star unit's pretty broken in the early game. And we get some pretty awkward items here, because I really want to go for the Infinite Team comp. So we don't really want to build like a Hodge. I really want more fully damaged items. We need to save that Last Whisper, or the glove for the Last Whisper, because you really need some armor pen. The short shots, they just do infinite AD, so then you want to remove their armor for the value of the damage, let's say. Here we're just gonna sell to make 10. If we get some gold from this gold collector, we can even pick up this Blitzcrank. But oh, there we go, one more. Yeah, there we go with the Blitzcrank pair. So maybe we get a free 2-star from that. So I'm just trying to go for the bow here. If we get, you know, a random Last Whisper, that would be very good. So it's a bit awkward, you know, building a Last Whisper on Kai'Sa, and not gonna lie. But Kai'Sa is just my item holder Like, we're already pretty strong, you know. We get quick draw from her. So I'm just gonna build it on her. Why not? It seems pretty weird, right? But it's gonna work out. And usually I don't like building Ginso on when I play Infinite Team, because you never want to itemize Twisted Fate, so it's kind of pointless to, you know, build the Ginso. It's a wasted item. But it's an okay item on Ezreal late game. The problem is you can't really build for 5 cost units in the early game. It's pretty unrealistic. What if you don't hit the 5 cost, right? But since I have a gold collector, and since, you know, Kai'Sa works so nice with Ginso, I feel like it's acceptable in this case, because it's just gonna make me, you know, save a lot of HP, as well as Kai'Sa killing more units. So I'm gonna get more gold collector coins, which means more money, which means me going level 8 and going to level 9 as well. So in this case, I think it's actually good that I built Ginso here, because we can just put the item on Ezreal, and it's a pretty good item on Ezreal. It works, right? On to the next augment right here is my favorite augment in the game, Second Wind. I feel like it's just so broken. For a silver augment, use the value of getting 40% of your health back. Oof, that's pretty broken, in my eyes at least. But this LeBlanc kind of one-shot me almost, but Kai'Sa pulled through, and it's just gonna give us infinite money. Look at that. It's like I got an infinite money hack. We're gonna be so ahead of the curve. And we're gonna switch out that Lee for just a Defender and Star Guardian. So Rel is perfect here. A really good unit. Until we hit the Garen, we have that. So now we're just gonna finish this last fight right here. So we're going straight into the carousel. I kind of want this glove, to be honest, just because we have that Last Whisper. If you get Last Whisper and Infinite Edge on Samira, it's so good, right? Because it's a very nice crit combo. And you know, the gold collector, it also gives you crit. So we have those 3 items we can put on Samira, and she's just gonna crit infinitely. But we actually got a what's it called, Infinite Edge from the anvil right there. So I decided to just take it, even though we can't really use it right now. I'm actually so stable and strong, so I just decide to go for it. Like, I'm just playing really weird and risky this game, like having a AD Samira or AD Kai'Sa and just having items on my bench. It's a very like untraditional TFT game played right here, not gonna lie. And we actually hit the Garen right now. But I'm gonna keep this Rel in for now, just because she's 2-star, so I feel like it's worth to keep her in. We should have played perhaps the Belveth though, just to have value of our Infinite Edge this round. So I guess that was a little mistake. I actually planned on playing the Gold Collector on Samira this game, but then I realized that the Gold Collector, it has a little execute, right? So Samira, she's already ace, so she doesn't really get that much value because she already has a execute. So you kind of waste that thing about the item if you put it on Samira. So what I decided to do is I just threw the Gold Collector on Ezreal in the late game, because then both my Samira and Ezreal have the execution. So I just get more damage that way. And Ezreal also just ults over the entire board. So if his ulti just touches anybody who's low, he's gonna execute that. So it's like having Ace on Ezreal with this item. So it was actually really broken. Decided to just reroll here and go for the Cybernetic Implants. I just think this augment is really good with Infinity Team, because in Infinity Team you carry the AD users. That's the first part, so you get more AD for your carries, which is perfect. But the second part is you also get AD and AD on everybody who has an item, and you know, all the what's it called? The Infinity Team clones, they get items, so you get a lot of value with this augment. It's like scrap from set 6, where you know, imagine you got a, you know, every unit gets an more stats if they have an item, and you literally just put items on everybody. So there's a lot of value there, and we just hit early Urgot here and the Ezreal. So I'm just gonna put my items onto Ezreal right here, and we're gonna itemize this Urgot as well. You know, that Whisper is good on him, why not? He only does AD pretty much. Should probably put Urgot in front of Ezreal though, so he shreds the targets that Ezreal shoots at. But you know, it's whatever. We haven't found the Samira though, but we're gonna hit that later. It's no stress. Let's see what we want here. I mean, I'm down for another Infinite Edge. We don't have that though, so I'm just gonna go for a Runans. It's an okay item on Urgot, right? So we're gonna go for that. Since we already have one item on him, we really just want to get as many items on him, because items are more, they scale. Like if you have more items on a unit, it goes up in value. I didn't have time to put in my TF2 there. That was kind of cringe. We just left him on the bench. But doesn't matter, we're so strong, we're gonna win anyways. And I feel like I talk about this in every video, but we built a Protector's Vow on Garen there as well. It's my favorite item on him, especially in the Infinite Team comp, because you get more mana, and he cast earlier, and this ulti is just so nice. Stuns like their entire board. So yeah, that's why I build it on him right here. Just look at his ulti right here. Okay, he died. He got mana read, so of course. Happens, right? And together with the Urgot stun there, together with Ezreal just executing everybody, we was actually able to kill everyone there. So the Executioner kinda broken on Ezreal, right? So that's a secret OP item on him. So I really want the Infinite Edge on Samira. It's very good, but in this case I actually think it's better to just build a Death Blade on Urgot, because you get more the last item value from him. We could build the Infinite Edge on him, but like his ability isn't what does damage, it's his autos, right? His spray and pray. So the Death Blade is just gonna be better because he deals more AD. The Infinite Edge just makes you know, Urgot crit with his ultimate, and that's not really what does damage with Urgot, right? So boom, finally a 2-star Shen. The thing is, we're playing 5 in Infinite Team at this point, which is not bad for the late game. Absolutely not bad, but all of my Infinite Team spots are in the front, and I don't have any spat, so I can't like Infinite Team my Garen or my Fiddlesticks. So I'm gonna drop out of 5 in Infinite Team to 3, because my spots were kinda awkward. If I had one spot in the back, then we can put it on Ezreal, and it would be perfectly fine. But in this case, you know, we don't have that luxury, so I'm gonna have to drop down to 3 Infinite Team. Because playing 5 in team for just a random Pantheon is not worth it, right? Pantheon's a pretty shit unit in the late game, of course. So we're gonna have to switch out of that later. But yeah, we actually won this fight as well. Look at that. So we actually is turbo level to 9, because I mean, what else are we gonna do? We already have everything 2-star pretty much. Might as well level up and then just find our 2 cost, 5 costs. So this is the power of econ, guys. So here I'm gonna go for Infinity Force. I don't know if Sonya's was better to just put it on like Fiddlesticks, but I mean, in Vintage it can't be bad on a Samira, right? Used to get items on her, but maybe it was Sonya's for a Fiddle. I feel like that's so broken as well. But it's whatever, we don't have a Fiddle yet, so I feel like it was just in Vintage. Instead of like praying you hit a Fiddle, right? Let's see. Ooh, speaking of Fiddle though, he just hit. So now we can say bye-bye to this if in team users. Maybe it was too early to switch, to be honest, not gonna lie. I think I got weaker here, but once we hit our units, it's gonna be stronger once we hit the 2-star on everybody. Decided to just put a glove on Urgot because he gets the implant and he's already 3 items on the other one, so we're gonna pop off the glove anyways. And the reason why I put the fiddlesticks with the Sunfire Cape is because, you know, he jumps in and goes to the back. So he first burns the front line and then he jumps in everywhere and he spreads the burn. So I could put it on like Garen, but he's like stationary in the front. Meanwhile, Fiddle just applies Sunfire to more people because he jumps in. And I put my Urgots actually in the front at the Morgana round before. Is because Morgana just attacks the Fiddles and then he ults faster, and then you maybe get an item or a chest, you know. A little min-max you can do if you are treasure hungry. I mean, why wouldn't you do it, right? And boom with the S-reel, so this is a big spike right here. So we're just gonna sell that random shitter. Boom, there we have it. Let's go. And I just built a random spark on Fiddle because it's an aura item, he jumps in and then everybody gets sap, lowers their mana. And he does AP damage around him, so just a broken item. I love Sunfire and that what's it called? The spark on Ezreal, they just work so well. And now we are hitting even more Urgots right here. And like, what other 5-class are we gonna play except Urgot and you know, Fiddle? So I'm just gonna pick up them and try to hit another Urgot 2-star, 5-star, 2-star of course. So boom, we're actually getting pretty wrecked here though. It's all good, we have like 56 HP. Onto the carousel here, we can actually go for the Fiddle, just 2-star him. So I'll probably go for that, right? Yeah, I did. So we get a random gargoyle, not bad. Can put that on Garen, of course. And boom, there we hit it. Urgot pre-angle, pots. And I don't know what I did this round. I just forgot that I put in that Garen. I was like, why don't I have a last spot here? So I decided to put out the Severe for some reason. I just panicked. And the other mistake I did is what I combined the Fiddle, so he got the Sonias, which was a pretty big int because I really wanted the Sunfire and Spark on Fiddle instead of having to play it on Garen. So that's 2 mistakes you can learn from me, so you don't do them and you don't int like I did here. So we really want what do we even want? Yeah, the 2-star Garen, and then we're pretty much capped. I mean, we're not gonna get stronger than this. This is basically it. I feel like many situations it's pretty bad to go for, you know, a secondary, you know, S-reel. I feel like it's not worth it, but if you are like really strong, you have 3 items, 2-star S-reel, then it's worth it. Then it's like the value is okay. But if you just play like a 1-star S-reel without items, it's not really worth it, right? But if you have a really strong S-reel, then you can go for it. So that's why I played a normal S-reel here. You saw the S-reel just shoots more casts. So we just hit the Garen right here. So this is basically our cap. Like, what are we gonna do to get stronger? It was some pretty shit windy weather, so I'm not even gonna play Yana this game. So this is just our board. So let's see if it's strong enough. So on to the last fight right here. I'm gonna be a rat and take Shroud because yeah, this man has a 3-star, 8-rocks and Aurelian Soul, so I think we're pretty doomed here. But anyhow, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more TFT Set 8.5 content. Peace out, everybody.